Okay, thank you. Well, thank you very much, and thank you for having me at WE. I'm very happy to be back. My name is Marc Petit. I'm from Epic Games. You probably know about Epic. We're a global interactive technology company, and we plus an ecosystem of players with million for players and ecosystem of creators with our tools and role engine, Twinmotion and Quicksolve. We have a unique philosophy insofar as, we want everyone to have the same advantage and capabilities than us. Everything we build as part of our own dev effort, particularly for Fortnite, is made available to the community and most of the time for free. We build tools to make great games, but also platforms to operate them and share them with the world. We're lucky to have an ecosystem of a passionate community of creators and players. So today we'll talk about this in the context of spatial computing. It's time to go spatial. That's the theme of the conference here, but I think we've been airborne for some time. We have a mass market for VR and AR, 5 million PSVR units. And what's interesting is the enterprise is really learning about how to tap into the power of XR. Spatial computing is having a huge impact on training and simulation, whether it's in healthcare, in defense, in civil, in manufacturing. So we have a lot to be proud of. The other aspect of it is that spatial computing is also widely adopted for content creation. Like in this current work from home situation, every day we have engineers, architects, designers, artists that actually work collaboratively and interactively in VR in Unreal Engine. Our Unreal Engine editor is multi-user at the core and has a very, very strong VR component. So every day from the comfort of their home, we see people doing things like scouting film sets or exploring spaces or doing collaborative design reviews. And, they be able to do this from the comfort of their home, and it's very powerful. So if you want to know more, we just released a webinar on how to implement that. Granted, we live in a strange world. It feels like a digital future sprang on us at no notice. Almost overnight, all of our social interaction, our work, our entertainment has gone fully digital. And it's been good. It's a good thing we've learned a lot. It's like the future is coming to us quicker than we expected. Zoom by the day for work, house party by night for family. Video chat is actually working very well. In Fortnite, we created Party Royale so that you can go hang out with your friends and, watch a concert or some Quibbly movies or just play some games. So some aspects of it are good, but overall, I find that the digital reality that we live it is not humane enough. And I think as an industry, we have a lot of work for it. And, let me share with you some of the things I believe we need to do to get there. So first of all, there is a few challenges ahead of us. Devices, we're getting there. Thanks to Microsoft for HoloLens, it's a great step forward. We're very confident that, Magic Leap and all of the other hardware partners that we have will give us amazing devices in the near future. One thing that's, I'm personally a strong believer is we're not going to wear computers on our heads. And so networking infrastructure, low latency is hugely important. The demo that you see here on HoloLens 2, the Apollo demo, which, by the way, all of the assets in the source code are available in our marketplace. And it was done using, virtualizing the compute. The compute was on a PC, was streaming to the device. I think it's the way of the future, so that we have high quality content on any device. So 5G is very promising in this manner, as well as Cloud XR from NVIDIA is a hugely promising technology to implement this virtualization of graphics compute. The importance of standards and open platform for distribution. We try to support at Epic, OpenXR and a lot of other initiatives, open source initiatives, USD, USDZ, and GLTF. It's very important that we can share our experiences, regardless of the platform that people are using. When we do a lot of our multi-user workflow involve VR and PCs and mobile and iPads all together. It's very important we keep open. Distribution, we've seen the impact of walled garden on the current mobile ecosystem. We're fiercely committed at Epic to create open distribution platforms so that, again, people using different platforms, different hardware platforms can actually work together. But all in all, the most important is content quality. And And let me share with you how we look at it at Epic and the kind of future that we think we all want. In our future, we need to have places that people want to be, whether they are photorealistic or fantasy places. We need characters that are emotional. We need experiences, those moments that we can share with our friends, and again, trigger emotions, stories. We all want high production value in our stories. And we need to be part of a community when we can share and live through those experiences together. And finally, we want an open commerce platform that is fair and secure. Again, our focus is on making sure, and it's upon us, as industry professionals, to make sure that we build content that people are willing to consume. So let me go one by one through how Epic is going after each and every one of those topics. So for Spaces, the Quixel team has joined the Epic family, and we're on a mission to scan enough of the world so that you can easily recreate photorealistic environments. And it's very powerful, very economical, because those assets are free with Unreal Engine. And also, we have this tool called Mixer, which is available as well to everybody, that is used to, it shows you how we can automatically handle the customization of those scans, those real world assets, but also the stylization of them. So they can automate the stylization so that you can create fantasy non-photorealistic work using the same paradigm as you do for photorealistic assets. So very important. The other important aspect that is very important for us as Epic is creating tools that everybody can use. That's true with Fortnite Creative. With Fortnite Creative, anybody can create amazing mini games. But it's also true for VR of this tool called Twinmotion that you see. You see the trailer here. Twinmotion is arguably the easiest way that you have to create high quality VR content. Everything is done within 2 clicks. And actually, if you know how to use PowerPoint, you're likely to know how to use Twinmotion. So accessibility of those tools is very paramount for us at Epic, and we're investing a lot in that domain. Characters, characters that can convey emotion, characters that you can relate to, it's important whether they are avatars or part of a story. And we're building those tools as well. UE4 allows you to do the kind of content that you see currently on the screen. And granted, we still have a lot of work to do to make those tools widely available so that they can be used across all platforms, including VR. But you've seen the work that the Magic Leap did on Mica. It was amazingly realistic and amazingly relatable. So those characters are hugely important, and they'll be soon available for the AR and the VR platforms. Stories, I think there is no doubt in anybody's mind now that a game engine can create high production value content. What's interesting there is we use spatial computing technology to simplify the way the content is being created and to simplify and make it cheaper. Here, what you see is the Mandalorian, where ILM was able to create immersive sets using a lot of LED screen, where they were able to blend the physical world, the actors and the props with the virtual environments, and do it at the level of quality that they were just like shooting camera, the final content for many of the shots. So it's very important, especially in the post-COVID world, that we are able to bring the location to the talent instead of having to fly the talent to the location. So these are important techniques, and also they're very economical because it allowed ILM to create basically a full season of The Mandalorian for half the price of a Star Wars movie. So a lot of value there. Also, in the community of Unreal users, there is some amazing interactive experiences that are being produced. We all know, from our friends at ILM again, Vader Immortal in VR coming to the PSVR soon. It's the great benchmark for high production value content. But it's also interesting to see that a lot of people are mixing the real and the virtual successfully and creating amazing experience. Our friends in Walt Disney Imagineering for Smuggler's Run, allow a family, 6 people, to actually drive the Millennium Falcon with a high detail physical model and a lot of interactive content to blend them seamlessly to create a unique experience and unforgettable family moments. So that's a very important aspect of why you need to have that quality of content to create those experiences. And finally, our friends at Weta, working with 2M and Rotling, they created, for Childish Gambino, 1,600 people were able in the Pharaoh's Fest to immerse themselves not only in the music of Childish Gambino, but it's in a graphic world, with this huge dome. And there was a unique group experience against. We can deliver hybrid interactive experience today. And when we go online, with the Epic Games online services platform, you can do what the Fortnite team did with the Travis Scott concert, this virtual event at scale. For Travis Scott, you had something like 12.3 million people in the game for the first show. And that unique visitors that watch the performance of Travis online. And that the platform that powers Fortnite to do this, all of the services to make it work across 7 platforms, to make it a unique identity system that's going to work again across all the platforms. All of those services are actually available for free now through the Epic Online Services platform, and you can create those experiences at scale and cross-platform yourself. And finally, commerce is very important to us. We are a developer ourselves, so we wanted to create the platform that we always wanted to have as a game developer, as a game publisher, a platform that is fair, where the split of revenue is fair. So as you know, we released our game store on the PC, which operates on an 88% margins for the developer. We think 12% is largely enough to pay for the services that the store provide. And of course, our CEO, Tim Sweeney, is going to be working very hard to make sure that in the world of spatial computing, in the metaverse, we actually have open platforms and fair commerce platform for the developers. But again, every day when we see what people do with Unreal Engine and Unreal Engine 4, we're humbled by the quality of the work and amazed every day. But honestly, we also realize that, it's still too hard to produce that high-quality content. I mean, UE4 gets it a lot of the way, but still a lot of the conversation is about draw calls and polygon count and frame rate and baking this and baking that. And that's why, we acknowledge that, and we wanted to create a solution that would be liberating for the creators. And so we've been working for many years on that newer architecture that just works with the content that's available. So with Unreal Engine 5, you can actually just drop in whatever you have, this beautiful, super high resolution Quixel Megascan asset, that amazing ZBrush code that your artist had done, the cat data that's just available, but in all of its gory complexity, or the terrain, all of that can be dropped into Unreal Engine 5 and manipulated interactively with this gorgeous global illumination rendering engine that kind of automates all the lighting for you. So what I suggest is I'm going to show you now a 2-minute trailer of what Unreal Engine 5 is all about, and then I'll meet you back on the chat to be discussing about the future of spatial computing. Thank you very much, and talk to you in a second.
Hey Mark, thank you so much for
Okay,
sharing your presentation. That video
welcome.
is
You don't
mind
have time to
blowing.
change during the video, so
That video is really mind blowing. I think you must be really proud of that video, right?
yeah. Look, it was a lot of work by a lot of people, but we were happy to show that it works. It's interactive. It's games. It's going to look like movies. So that was the goal, and
Right.
I think it conveys that. So.
And regarding what you shared with us, Mark, I'm very curious to know your thoughts on two things. What do you think has actually changed in the last few years in AR, VR from your perspective, which is quite unique considering the range of things you're doing at Unreal? And the limitations you mentioned, do you see that going away in a 3 to 5 year time period?
Uh, Yeah, and I speak at AWE like I think it was 2017, and my talk was about beyond the headset because at the time I felt the too much focus on the hardware. I think it's still the case. I mean, the hardware is better, but
Hmm.
we need to you know we need more work there. But what matters is as an industry, we're learning how to harness real-time 3D interactive content, and we're more and more capable of delivering hybrid experiences like in the enterprise, when we do virtual sets. Some people are in VR, some people are not. So you can really pick the tool of choice, and that freedom is very beneficial for you in VR because you can use it when you need it, when it makes sense, when it makes a difference. And then for the rest, you
Right.
have the classic, the tools of trade. You got the mobile phones, you got the computers. So I think we've done a lot of progress because of that, and uh, now, as I said in the video, I'm a strong believer that streaming is going to be the key. Like this Apollo demo that we did with Microsoft for HoloLens 2, some of it was happening on the headset, but a lot of it was happening on the computer. And I think we're starting to see,
Right.
Cloud XR from NVIDIA is actually amazing to do remote VR. I mean, uh, so,
Absolutely.
I'm very bullish we're going to get the right infrastructure pretty soon.
Right. Mark, some really interesting questions coming, a lot of good comments on the video as I thought. The question is, what do you mean by scanning the world? I
Well,
think
scanning
in
the
your
world.
video there
So,
was a reference to that.
yeah, yeah. So the thesis is the following. I mean, XR is about mixing the real and the virtual. So the virtual has to be photorealistic. And so therefore we need to learn how to bring that realism into the computer. And that we do a lot of photogrammetry technique. And that's what the Quixel team has mastered. And so we have this team, they do scanning expeditions, in all kinds of biomes, and they sample the world. And then we have a lot of machine learning algorithm that allow us to generate more data from this sample. So we're not going to scan all the rocks on the planet, but I think we can scan enough rocks that we can teach a machine learning algorithm to generate virtually all the rocks on the planet. So that's what we do, so that we completely diminish the cost of creating photorealistic content. But it's not just about photorealism. I mean, we want creative expression. So the other aspect of what we do with the Quixel team is stylization and using machine learning to do style transfer, like, why would we
Right.
create a Fortnite
And
tree from scratch instead of taking a real tree and Fortniteify it automatically with an algorithm? So these are the two
right.
important axes that
Mark,
we're working on in content creation.
that is really, really fascinating. Just before we run out of time, one last question. What would be the holy grail for Unreal Engine development?
The Holy Grail, uh,
Very
again,
quickly, Mark, if you can please.
yeah, yeah. No, I mean, the Holy Grail is we make our tools very accessible, whether it's usability or business model or everything. And the Holy Grail is to have a lot of users because the content is made to be shared, and so that's what we want.
Absolutely. Fascinating session, Mark. Thank you so much for your time. I
You're
think
absolutely
with
welcome.
with this session, we will go quickly to our next speaker. Appreciate your time, Mark. We are almost ready for our next session.